A life well lived.
It's really emotional because she's the best lady that she deserved. Her time, her retirement time is what she deserved.
What those who knew Murray County's tornado victim want you to know about Mama Cheryl.
A family asking for your prayers. The miracle needed for a 10-year-old boy swept away by fast-moving water.
And Tennessee seniors in the crosshairs. The elaborate schemes wiping out some life savings and how one man got his money back. Fox 17 News at 9 starts now.
Middle Tennessee's only primetime news. This is Fox 17 News at 9, your Code Red station.
Asher, if you're watching this, we are all praying for you.
We certainly are. And new tonight, 10-year-old Asher Sullivan from Murfreesboro still in critical condition after a flooding incident following Wednesday's severe weather.
Now, Asher's baseball community is coming together tonight to both honor him and his family and to pray for them collectively. Fox 17 News' Caitlin Miller live in Smyrna with more on what the Rutherford County Baseball Team Collective is doing for Asher.
Yes, well, a few Rutherford County baseball teams are gathering here at Leadoff Baseball Academy tomorrow to honor Asher with both a vigil followed by a scrimmage. They say they are calling this Play for Asher.
Pray for Asher!
The Southside Pirates, a baseball team in Asher Sullivan's Travel Baseball League, are showing their love and support for Asher, hoping for a miracle.
Asher, if you're watching this, we are all praying for you and hope you get better. We will hope that you can see your family again. We all hope it will happen.
Asher's father, Dr. Jimmy Sullivan, is the director of Rutherford County Schools. Dr. Sullivan says Asher and his friends were playing in the water in the streets, and Asher got caught in the storm drain and was swept under the streets. He says the doctor at Vanderbilt Medical Center told them this morning that Asher wouldn't survive his injuries. But neurology saw a few signs of activity, with his pupils reacting to light and a small response to pain in one arm. His father isn't giving up hope, and neither is his community.
Rutherford County baseball is really competitive, but we are also one big family. So to see a kid in our county go through this, we just want him to know that, his baseball family's behind him, and we're here praying for him.
Southside Pirates coach Taylor Barnes says they are hosting a vigil and scrimmage with Asher's travel team tomorrow afternoon at Leadoff Baseball Academy, where all the players will be wearing this jersey that says Pray for Asher.
Keep fighting.
Asher's baseball community and beyond are fighting with him.
Pray for Asher!
The vigil and scrimmage will be held here at Leadoff Baseball Academy from 1:30 to 3:30 tomorrow afternoon. They will also be accepting donations that will go towards the GoFundMe page to raise money for the Sullivan family during this difficult time. You can also find a link to this GoFundMe page on our website, fox17.com. Reporting live from Smyrna, I'm Caitlin Miller, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
She's such a caring woman. You have to really know her.
As you can imagine, everybody heartbroken. And tonight, those who knew Cheryl Lovett best share how special she was. Mama Cheryl, as they called her, losing her life when an EF3 tornado ripped through her Murray County home. Her co-workers say that the only way they feel now is lost. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilera is in Columbia with more on the woman that meant so much to so many.
Her close friend tells me that Cheryl Lovett retired from Stan's Restaurant the same day she died. Her dreams of getting to spend more time with her family and doing the things she loved shattered in an instant.
It's really emotional because she's the best lady that she deserved. Her time, her retirement time is what she deserved.
Rose Thornton is in tears over the loss of her dear friend and coworker, Cheryl Lovett, who Murray County officials say died inside of her home in Wednesday's tornado.
She's such a caring woman. You have to really know her. She was the backbone here. She kept us servers straight.
Thornton tells me Cheryl was more than just a coworker here at Stan's Restaurant. She was everyone's mama. She even tried to check on Cheryl during the tornado.
I'd messaged her and I said, Mama Cheryl, I was just checking on you. I heard the weather's bad there. I love you. I hope you're okay. I love you.
The answer never came from the devoted grandmother and mother, who Thornton says was bubbly, outgoing, and was dedicated to her family. The loss hitting her like the storm that caused so much hurt.
Today when I walked in, you feel the emptiness. Like, she's definitely going to be missed.
What's the message that you're trying to send for her and for the family?
We just hope that everyone keeps praying for the family.
The family has a GoFundMe page set up to help cover expenses from the tornado damage as they privately mourn. To check out that GoFundMe page, you can head to our website at fox17.com. Reporting in Columbia, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Emergency service officials in Murray County are in recovery mode tonight, working to clean up after all the destruction there. The EF3 tornado, packing winds of 140 miles an hour, carved a devastating path of damage. You can really see what happened from this view taken from one of the Fox 17 News Sky Eye cameras. 40 homes and businesses were destroyed. 105 more suffered damage.
Planning and training for disasters really paid off and saved lives that night. Our mutual aid assistance that we got from the city of Franklin and city of Columbia, Spring Hill, was a huge help that night.
EMS officials say their thoughts and prayers are with the friends and the relatives of Cheryl Lovett Best. Just over 200 people are still without power right now in Murray County. We know there's a lot of people that are saying, I'd like to help. If you'd like to volunteer to help clean up, there is a checkpoint set up at the Randolph Howell Elementary School. Go there to sign in.
We're continuing coverage tonight as another tornado has been confirmed after Wednesday's deadly outbreak here in Middle Tennessee. And here's a map of what we saw on Wednesday. And we know that an EF2 tornado touched down in Giles County. This is the fourth confirmed tornado, and one next to what we just learned tonight in Lincoln County, that was an EF1. So we're up to 5 tornadoes now. The one in Eagleville, this was out in Rutherford County, that was an EF1 here. And south of Springfield in Robertson County, they also saw a massive EF3 touching down in Columbia, prompting a tornado emergency.
Continuing coverage tonight in Sumner County, where some low-lying areas along the creeks and rivers are still flooded. Hendersonville parks were hit very hard by these storms, and as Fox 17 News' Peyton Muse shows us, it is not the first time.
What you guys see right behind me, that's not a pond. It's not supposed to be a pond, but this is from the storms that happened earlier this week. And Hendersonville Parks and Rec says that there's supposed to be games, tournaments, and events happening this weekend, and even for the rest of the spring and summer. And as for those schedules, well, the city is trying to figure that out. From the December tornadoes, Andy Gilley tells us it costs up to $1 million in insurance claims to fix. Having to go through the December tornadoes and now flooding.
We had literally this week just closed out the insurance claim on the tornadoes. And then this happened. So, it's unfortunate, very unfortunate. Unfortunately, also, we're kind of used to dealing with these kind of natural disaster type things.
Gilley says it could take a few days to assess the damage, but they're trying their best to get things back to normal. Hendersonville Parks and Rec says it's going to take a day or two to assess the damages here. Reporting in Hendersonville, Peyton Muse, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Now tonight, city leaders in Hendersonville say the city's arts festival at Sanders Ferry Park will go on as scheduled thanks to the cleanup efforts that they were involved in today. The rugby field's also back open. Park officials say the state rugby tournament there tomorrow on Saturday will go on as scheduled. Now Mary's Magical Place remains closed indefinitely, and most of the ball fields at Drakes Creek Park are still closed.
Well, we continue to get brand new information into the Fox 17 newsroom on this deadly tornado outbreak. You can see the very latest on all areas impacted. Just go to our website, fox17.com.
All right, let's talk about your weekend weather. I was looking at Caitlin Miller a moment ago. Last night she was sleeveless. It was really warm. Tonight she had on a jacket.
Today was totally opposite of what we've been seeing over the past few days. Much cooler today and also not having to deal with any rain. So, overall, not too bad. Today, our high temperature here in Nashville, 71 degrees. That was the high that was recorded at the airport. Our average high this time of year is 79, so just so much cooler. It felt really, really good outside earlier today. Right now, still feeling pretty good. A little cool, 59 degrees. degrees. That's our current temperature here in Nashville. Not seeing a whole lot in the way of any cloud cover tonight, and I think that's how it's going to stay through the rest of the night with these mostly clear skies. As far as any rain goes, none of that really anywhere close to us. Here's that front that moved through, leaving us with that cooler air behind it. Some showers and thunderstorms, just a few of those down here well to the east of us around the North Carolina and South Carolina coast. But right here in Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky, it is all dry and just a little cool right now. Temperatures ranging from the lower 50s to the lower 60s depending on where you're at. 53 Crossville, mid 50s Cookeville and McMinnville, down to Tullahoma, 57 in Columbia, and then out in Paris and in Camden we're coming in with the lower 60s right now. Same goes for the temperature up in Clarksville. Steeplechase is tomorrow and temperatures are going to be pretty good for it. Lower 70s by noon. By 3 o'clock we'll be in the mid 70s. We're going to stay in the mid 70s by 6 o'clock too. Overall, looking at mostly sunny skies throughout the day for tomorrow. As far as any rain chance goes, I think maybe just a couple of stray light showers, mainly east of Interstate 65 for tomorrow. So I don't really think we're going to have to worry about much of a rain chance for Steeplechase tomorrow. If you do, it shouldn't last long at all. I think nearly all dry conditions for tomorrow. Then Mother's Day coming up too. Mid 60s by 9 o'clock on Mother's Day, lower 70s by noon. And then by 4 p.m., I think we'll be talking about temperatures in the mid 70s. We'll probably get a little bit more cloud cover to build in for us on Monday, also bringing a slightly better chance for some showers and thunderstorms on Monday too. We'll keep that rain chance in place for Tuesday into Wednesday, and it looks like Thursday and Friday we could see some more showers and thunderstorms moving through too. I'll have more details on that and also show you what your temperatures are looking like coming up on your 7-day in just a bit.
Thank you, Brett. Well, it's a $43 million problem here in Tennessee, a bait and switch on seniors. It stacks up to sophisticated and elaborate schemes to swindle our elderly one.
For a limited time, buy one, get one half off store-wide. Buy this sofa and get the love seat 50% off. Or get low monthly payments with no interest for 84 months. Only at Ashley.
Tonight, we continue our investigation into schemes targeting mid-state seniors. According to the FBI, some of these victims are losing their entire life savings.
Well, last year in Tennessee alone, a reported 1,577 people over the age of 60 lost a combined $43 million to fraudsters. Tonight, one retiree sharing how he got duped and something that almost never happens, how he got his money back.
Happily retired old man, So it was a stressful day, no doubt.
He wants his story out there, but not his name, so we're calling him Regretful Richard. The former insurance salesman wishes he never took that phony call back in April from a fraudster pretending to be with Amazon, claiming his credit card had been compromised.
They said, well, we believe this is part of a money laundering situation that we've been involved in, and would you mind talking to the Office of Inspector General, who we have on the line from the Social Security Administration.
Now a second fraudster is on the line pretending to be Eric Cressman. Richard looked him up and it seemed to check out. It's a real employee with the Social Security Administration. He even emails over a fake badge and promises to help Richard sort out a case of identity theft.
So this guy Cressman gets on and he starts describing that they have my complete identity. They have homes rented in my name, they have bank accounts open, and they're moving tens of millions of dollars through these bank accounts throughout the Northeast and the Southeast.
From there, the fraudsters send over a bunch of legit-looking paperwork with official-looking barcodes, logos, watermarks, and letterhead, and a notice saying Richard, a victim of identity theft, will be receiving a new Social Security number, and for his own protection, needs to transfer his existing funds to an electronic digital wallet, better known as a cryptocurrency account. Signed, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen.
We have a social engineering scam. And what is social engineering? Tricking us to do something we normally wouldn't do. And in this case, this is the government imposter scam. Somehow he is led to believe that he is in trouble with the Social Security Department. So they send him emails, they send him spoofed telephone calls, they send him documents that look very, very official, telling him that he is in trouble and he needs to pay a fine.
As regretful Richard becomes more skeptical, the fraudsters turn up the heat, adding pressure and sending more phony documents.
It accuses you of drug trafficking, money laundering, and supporting terrorist activities. As a law-abiding citizen, you must have been terrified.
You look at it, you're like, obviously somebody stole my identity, and that's what they're doing. So they said basically that if I didn't help them, there'd be a pretty good chance that myself and my family would be eliminated within 48 hours.
At first, Richard wasn't buying it.
Very skeptical, hung up a few times. They said there was a warrant out for my arrest. And when I hung up once, I got a call from Metro Police saying, this is Officer Phil Sims. You know, we know you're dealing with, Social Security General Counsel on this. We've checked them out. They're legitimate. We ask you to cooperate. We like to protect our elderly people.
We checked with Metro Police. There is no Officer Phil Sims on staff.
Showed up Metro government on my phone when they called.
And that's called phone spoofing.
Yeah, I mean, this was a very elaborate scheme, and apparently elaborate enough when I changed my password on Social Security. This was on the back of the envelope, which basically says, scammers that pretend to be government employees. They may threaten you and may demand immediate payment to avoid arrest or legal action. Don't be fooled, hang up. That I wish I had had before I got this call.
When we called the Social Security Administration, we got this.
Please be aware of individuals impersonating Social Security employees over the phone. If you suspect you have received a scam call, you should report the details of the call to the Office of the Inspector General.
Can you trace spoofing calls?
Very difficult, because you can go to a website right now and you could create a telephone. You can make those calls look like they're coming from anywhere because they're being done by computers.
There was a schmuck and sent the money,
How much money were you out?
$39,800.
A stunning financial blow. He replayed it over and over in his head. And yes, he was regretful, but Richard did do something right. Months earlier, his insurance company asked if he wanted to add cybercrime coverage to his policy, and for about an extra $25 a year, he did.
Thankfully, you have coverage. You're getting a check in the mail to reimburse you. What are you going to do with that check?
Put it back where it came from. I mean, I'm net zero on it, but that's fine. Zero is great when you get scammed.
Oh, what a story there. And if you think that you have been duped, the FBI has set up a website to immediately field your complaint to the right office. Just go to ic3.gov. We've put that link to report fraudulent acts on our website. Just go to fox17.com and click on this story.
A really nice day for us today. Great change of pace compared to what we had the past several days too. All that active weather that moved through today, it was totally the opposite. Again, we hit 71 degrees, our high temperature that we hit right here in Nashville earlier this afternoon. That is well below normal for this time of year. Typically we're in the upper 70s, and now there's a lot of us that are in the 50s. I'll show you that temperature map here in just a second. Here's your live look over Broadway. Still seeing a little bit of a pretty good crowd out there out on Broadway right now. A lot of cars out there, a lot of people continuing to walk the street as well. Temperatures in the upper 50s in Nashville. So if you have any plans later on tonight, it's actually going to feel pretty good, even a little bit cool, we'll call it. We have temperatures right now in the lower 50s for some spots. 52 Cookeville, 51 right now in Crossville. That's one of the lower spots on the map. 60 up in Clarksville, 61 the current temperature in Hopkinsville, and that's actually one of the higher temperatures that we're seeing on the temperature map right now. As far as any rain goes, none of that really anywhere close to us. Here's that cold front that moved through, left us with the cooler air behind it. Showers and thunderstorms still right there along the North Carolina and South Carolina coast. Behind that, though, we are rain-free, and we're going to stay rain-free pretty much through most of the weekend. The only exception to that comes on Saturday afternoon. I'll show you right here. This model is really not even picking up on a whole lot of it, but you just see a few of these very light green circles that are popping up right here on Future Track in our eastern areas. We're going to see a little bit of that get more widespread in the middle part of the afternoon, but mainly along into the east of Interstate 65. We do keep that chance for a few scattered light pop-up showers. Not expecting really any heavy rainfall with any of that, but most areas I think should stay on the dry side, especially if you're along and west of Interstate 65. Dry conditions remain for Sunday. We are going to stay dry for Sunday. Monday, that starts to change up, though. More showers and thunderstorms going to be possible for us, and we're going to keep that rain chance off and on really through the entire week. So heading into Tuesday, we'll still see more showers and storms possible. Wednesday, more of the same, and then even going into Thursday and Friday, we're still looking at another rounds of rain to move through. As far as rainfall totals go, I don't think this is going to be too much of a washout for us. I think we're looking at about an inch or so of rain from Monday through Friday. More details coming up here in your 7-day forecast in just a bit.
All right, Brett, thank you. If you have a test or procedure at St. Thomas Hospital anytime soon, you may need to reschedule. We'll tell you.
Prices ever on recliners, sofas, and motion sofas in either leather or fabric. Many items sold below cost. Lazy Boy's Warehouse sale is one day only. Saturday, May 11th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
An online security breach at Ascension St. Thomas Hospitals forcing the healthcare provider to divert emergencies and postpone some non-critical procedures, tests, and appointments. Hospital officials say that they detected unusual activity in their network systems on Wednesday, which they are now calling a cybersecurity incident. The hospitals in their network cannot access electronic medical records, some phone systems, some tools used to order tests, procedures, and medications. Ascension says that they are working around the clock to try and resolve the issue.
Well, it is your money, and this week our partners at OpenTheBooks.com are looking into just how much the city of Nashville spends on take-home cars for Metro employees. The number's big. Records show almost 1,300 Metro employees get to take their cars home with them. That's about 200 more than last year, 15% increase. Metro police officers account for the vast majority, 1,060 of those cars. That is roughly one car for every 2 police officers.
They account for 82% of the vehicles. The sheriff has 68, water department has 65, fire department has 34, park police, and a few other departments.
Now, no word on what all those cars cost to buy. We can tell you this: gas, insurance, maintenance, all that cost Nashville taxpayers roughly $4 million last year. For comparison, the Las Vegas Police Department in Nevada only has 632 take-home cars. That's one for every 10 police officers.
Still to come tonight, tragedy averted, a close call in a hard-hit neighborhood out in Giles County.
I'm Christine Frizzau in Tucson.
Through a process called soft washing. For a free quote, visit brownspressurewashing.com today.
This Fox 17 newscast is sponsored by B.F. Myers Furniture.
Continuing coverage tonight of the devastating storms that ripped through the mid-state.
Been quite a week now. Giles County, everybody survived the tornado and the straight line winds there, but several homes in the area, they suffered significant damage. Take a look. These pictures were taken by a member of the Fox 17 News digital team along Trotwood Drive and Richland Street in Pulaski. Large, mature trees snapped, landed on homes and trucks like that one, and some cars too. One of the trees crashed through a roof and into the bedroom of a home there. Fortunately, the family who owns the place spent the night in a shelter. They weren't there. Longtime resident tells Fox 17 News they have not seen a storm this bad since they moved in 1979.
Continuing. Thousands of Tennesseans. Joining us now is Patrick Sheehan, director of the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency. Patrick, thank you for joining us tonight.
Hey, thanks. It's my pleasure.
Well, I understand that you were out earlier this week with Governor Lee surveying some of the damage. What is the biggest focus right now for TEMA?
Our focus right now is supporting Murray County and the other counties that had storm damages, not just from the tornadoes in Murray County, but the flooding and straight line wind and tornadic damage in some of the other counties.
As far as a timeline goes for recovery, how long do you expect that will take?
Recovery is a long game, so it is parts of this will carry on for months and years. So this first part of recovery, just trying to make sure that we get people sheltered and housed. And so anyone that needs immediate assistance should contact their county emergency management agency. If that information is available on our website, if they can't find it on the county's webpage, our website's tn.gov/TEMA. You can find your local emergency manager there. We've also been activated the crisis cleanup line. So anyone that needs help, with the storm debris or damage with their property or has concerns can reach out to that number. We've pushed that via our social media and to flash reports. So your station should have that as well. And just asking for help, making sure that people know that they're there and needing the help is an important step for those survivors.
Well, thank you so much for being on the front lines of recovery here to help Tennessee get back to normal. Patrick Sheehan, director of the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Politics now. Tonight, one of the most hotly contested congressional districts nationwide finds itself under the microscope as voters square off over border security. Fox 17 News' Christine Frizzau on the ground in Arizona with the very latest.
I wish they'd shut the border down.
Ranchers like Steve Boyce say the influx of migrants at the southern border has upended the safety and security they feel in their communities and in their homes.
I carry a gun most of the time, and I don't like carrying a gun.
Arizona's Tucson sector recently redeeming the unwanted prize of the highest numbers of migrant encounters in the country.
It's just the busiest place there is on the southwest border.
All in a state where the registered voter breakdown is largely in thirds. 35% Republican, 29% Democrat, and 33% other, according to the Arizona Secretary of State's office.
I've lived here my whole life, so it's interesting to be the home of Barry Goldwater and Mo Udall. Is an interesting contrast, but we encompass both of them.
Congressman Juan Ciscomani, who represents part of the Tucson sector, says border security is the top issue for his constituents.
Whatever their background is, this is not anything normal. The situation keeps getting worse. The lack of respect for the rule of law, the amount of people coming in unvetted, that has been extremely alarming.
But the challenges at the border are playing out alongside a new sense of urgency in the fight for reproductive rights.
We say pro-choice. They say no choice.
The issue giving Kirsten Engel a shot of turning Arizona's 6th district congressional seat back from red to blue. The race now labeled as a toss-up.
What's the number one thing you hear from voters as far as what they need or what they want to see?
Give my rights back. Give me access to reproductive health care. Treat me like an adult, like a person.
The last time around, during the 2022 midterm elections, this was one of the last races to be called. It was that close. Juan Ciscomani beat Kirsten Engel by just 1 percentage point, which helped give Republicans their very narrow majority in the House. In Tucson, Arizona, I'm Christine Frizzau.
Coming up, drugged in a Nashville bar, the ongoing concern over the roofie.
Which one you choose is up to you.
Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America.
It's the best time in daytime.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 17.
We got our first glimpse of the Titans' new draft picks in action today as they hit the field for day one of rookie camp.
Well, a lot is being thrown at the rookies this week. A new playbook, new drills, and new equipment. Fox 17 Sports Director Jill Jelnick has more on the new sled that's weighing them down.
Titans rookies facing a number of challenges day one of rookie minicamp, and that includes this challenge right here, the Climber. This is a 380-pound sled, and it's different from most football sleds. Titans offensive line coach Bill Callahan actually invented this sled himself, and it's supposed to mimic the movement, the action of going up against a defensive lineman more realistically than other sleds. Titans first-round draft pick J.C. Latham telling us it's not easy to move this thing. He can feel all 380 pounds of it. But he also said it forced him to use his hips more, and he loves that he's already focusing on his technique day one of camp.
On my first run where he wanted us to move it, I shot out my hips and kind of got it straight up. And if you get it straight up, you're not going to move it as a D lineman. It'll be a stalemate. So you really kind of got to gradually drive as you rise with your hips. So that's something that I was learning as I went.
They're really hard to move. I mean, I can't tell you how hard those things are to move and to move straight because they tip and they're off balance. They're meant to really stress guys' ability to strengthen their core, keeping their hands tight, and be able to drive a sled vertically as opposed to getting all off kilter. It's a balance thing. So there's a lot of indoctrination that goes into those sleds.
Latham is flipping over to left tackle after playing on the right side at Alabama. He got a head start on his footwork today, and Bill Callahan believes he has the tangibles to make it a smooth transition.
I think, number one, his athleticism. And then, of course, all the measurable traits that he has. And then you add in size, power, strength. And it adds up, to making that move.
As Coach Callahan, he's very, very intricate with the detail of the work, and he'll let you know if you had a bad rep, he'll just tell you your rep sucked. And then, but if you did good, he'll let you know you did good.
The climber is just one of many challenges the rookies will be facing this weekend. Head coach Brian Callahan telling us that his message to the rookies was simple: don't be afraid to make mistakes. He says we're all going to make mistakes, and no one's going to win their job day one. He says what's most important, don't make the same mistake twice. Reporting from Titans rookie minicamp, Jill Jelnick, Fox 17 Sports, your Code Red station.
The dark side of Music City, victims of Nashville's roofie problem go public.
LC, tender, love, and chicken for only $1.99. Sonic Crispy Tender Wraps.
This Fox 17 newscast is sponsored by Ponce Law.
Well, beyond the neon lights of Broadway, there's a dark side to Music City. We're talking about Nashville's roofie problem. Fox 17 News tracking this issue for months now as more and more women are coming forward. Some victims tell us they felt that their claims were never taken seriously. One woman says police didn't even take a report, which she needed in order to get a test to see if there were any drugs in her system.
I was in bed, about to go to sleep, and then I just got extremely nauseous. I just laid on the ground for a bit, but I hit the ground pretty hard, and I had bruises on my back for a while.
Monday on Fox 17 News at 9, Amanda Chin shows the action now being taken and why some say it's not nearly enough.
Looking ahead to Sunday in Nashville in Focus, when topics for our panel include an increasing focus on Mayor O'Connell's proposed transit referendum. In November, Nashville residents will be asked to sign off on a half-cent sales tax increase to fund road, sidewalk, and traffic light improvements.
He's got two hurdles ahead of him. One, increase in sales tax, and that's going to be a hard hill to take. The second one is the expectation level. People are going to start, they're already looking at it and going, more buses.
Other topics on Sunday include proposed revisions to the Metro Charter and efforts to make members of Nashville City Boards and Commissions more accountable. That's Sunday morning at 6:30 and Sunday night at 10:30 right here on Fox 17 with Nashville in Focus.
All right, heading into the weekend, a very rare phenomenon happening right now as we speak.
I know, and me and you went out there to try to go see it.
Yeah, I went to look.
It was just black, nothing. I guess we have too much light pollution here. I don't know. We got clear skies though, so that's good. We've seen a couple of these pictures already, folks in Middle Tennessee seeing these northern lights. This was sent to Sarah Shiverdecker. She's our executive producer here at Fox 17 News, and she sent me this photo. Really appreciate you sending me this photo, Sarah, so we can show everybody. If you get the chance, just go ahead and take a look outside real quick, see if you can see them, because some folks in Middle Tennessee are getting to see the northern lights right now. Unfortunately, where we're at here in North Nashville, we're not seeing anything when we just went out and looked, but maybe you can, so go check it out. 59 degrees, our current temperature right here in Nashville. Broadway, a pretty packed night out there on Broadway. Great weather that we had today too, much cooler than normal for this time of year. Typically we are in the upper 70s. We hit the lower 70s earlier today in Nashville. Temperatures right now lower 50s, 51 Crossville, mid 50s Cookeville, McMinnville on into Lebanon, 56 in Dickson. There are a couple of lower 60s. That's Hopkinsville and Clarksville, both in the lower 60s right now, so much cooler than we typically see for this time of year. No rain in sight for the next couple of days really, except maybe a few light showers tomorrow, but behind this cold front left with pretty dry conditions. A few showers and thunderstorms now exiting the North Carolina and South Carolina coast, but that's about as close as it gets to us regarding as far as any rainfall goes. So any rain chance for tonight, not expecting any of it. Mostly clear skies too, so overall a good night for you. Tomorrow morning we start out dry. Tomorrow afternoon, maybe just a few very scattered light showers along and east of Interstate 65. Really nothing though that's going to really ruin your day for tomorrow. Most areas will stay dry, especially along and west of Interstate 65. If you get any rain, should be very quick. Just some of those pop-up light showers that we could see develop during the afternoon hours. Sunday morning, we're off to a dry start. Plenty of sunshine for us on Sunday, and we're going to stay dry through the rest of Sunday as well. Heading into Monday, more showers and thunderstorms going to be possible for us, and we're going to keep this rain chance around with us off and on through the rest of Monday afternoon, and then overnight, Monday into Tuesday. Tuesday morning, more showers, a few thunderstorms going to be possible. Tuesday afternoon, evening, and overnight, even into Wednesday morning, more rain is possible possible. The good news, though, not expecting any severe weather at this time, so hopefully we can keep it like that. Thursday, Friday, a few more showers and thunderstorms possible as well. As far as rainfall totals go, not super impressive, thankfully, because we did have a lot of heavy rain just move through with this most recent round of showers and thunderstorms. As of right now, it's looking about an inch or so from Monday through early Friday morning. Later on in the day Friday, we might be able to bump those numbers up a little bit, but overall, not super high rainfall amounts for us for Monday through Thursday into Friday morning. 53 degrees, our low temperature for tonight. Going to be kind of a cool one compared to what we're used to for tonight. Mostly clear skies. 7 a.m. we're in the mid-50s. Waking up tomorrow morning by noon, we're in the mid-70s, and then by 5 o'clock, I think we should stay in the mid-70s. Mostly sunny skies throughout most of tomorrow. Overall, shaping up to be a really good day. Steeplechase looking pretty good too. Not going to be too hot for you out there. Maybe a stray pop-up shower, but that is going to be just kind of for a few areas. And most areas tomorrow, I think, will stay dry. So going ahead and put that 20% chance, the best chance for that, along and east of Interstate 65. Sunday, mostly sunny and dry. A great day on Sunday. And then Monday, showers and thunderstorms going to be possible. Upper 70s Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, we're in the lower 80s. We drop back down to the upper 70s on Friday. That rain chance is going to stick with us, though, throughout most of this upcoming week. Off and on showers and thunderstorms will be possible. I think the best day right now looks like Tuesday. Wednesday, we'll see some. Might get a little bit of a break later on in the day, but then Thursday, Friday, more rain returns to the forecast.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
This monster hailstone fell yesterday in Blanco County, Texas, southwest of Austin. It's 6.25 inches in diameter and the second largest on record in the Lone Star State. The single supercell thunderstorm that dropped that formed in the early afternoon, lasted for 7 hours, prompted at least 10 severe thunderstorm and 3 tornado warnings, and traveled a distance of 250 miles.
For more content like this, like the National Weather Desk on Facebook.
And you can see more stories like this every weekday morning on the National Weather Desk starting at 8 a.m. on our sister station, MyTV 30.
I'm Kayla Gaskins in Washington. Coming up, the way in which Gen Z is in a worse off financial situation than the generations that came before them.
I'm Jennifer Waddell from Fox 17 News this morning. Hope you're having a good night. Federal regulators are taking a look at credit card reward programs that the airlines offer, as some customers say companies are changing the value of the rewards after people sign up for them and that they're getting scammed out of what they think they're supposed to be getting.
In the making. Fox 17 News Farrier Files is sponsored by Bart Durham Injury Law. Fox 17 News, your Code Red weather station.
In the economy tonight, new data shows Gen Z is entering adulthood with a difficult financial landscape.
Well, Fox 17 News' Kayla Gaskins painting the picture for us. And by the way, you can let us know what you think by scanning the QR code that will appear here shortly on the screen during the story.
The high cost of living is hitting Americans hard, especially Gen Z. Many just starting out in the workforce. The Wall Street Journal finding Generation Z has more credit card debt in their early 20s than any other generation did at that age. The average credit card balance for a 22 to 24-year-old is $2,845, according to TransUnion data. That's 25% more debt than millennials held 10 years ago.
A lot of this, I think, is reflective of the general economic climate now, namely inflation. And that has really pushed costs higher for everybody. More people are relying on credit cards to get by.
This comes as rent prices continue to skyrocket, now 30% more than they were pre-pandemic. The Consumer Price Index shows everyday items cost an average 19% more today than they did when Biden took office. As inflation remains positioned to hurt Biden politically this election, the president attempting to rewrite history, telling CNN this week inflation was already at 9% when he took over.
It was 9% when I came to office. 9%.
It was actually at 1.4% and didn't hit 9% until June of 2022. Biden still championing the strong economy, saying the sticker shock hitting American wallets is actually caused by corporate greed.
And it's like 20% less for the same price. That's corporate greed. That's corporate greed. And we've got to deal with it.
Meanwhile, experts like Susan Collins, president of the Boston Fed, say the economy will likely have to slow before inflation falls to the targeted 2% levels.
So progress on inflation will very likely require lower growth in demand
particular to facilitate further slowing in the core non-services inflation piece.
April's inflation numbers will be released next Wednesday. They're expected to remain elevated, likely leading the Fed to put off lowering interest rates. I'm Kayla Gaskins reporting.
Well, during that story, we had a QR code linked up to this poll asking the question, who do you think would be better to handle the economy, President Biden or former President Trump? Here are the results. 813 people weighing in, and no argument here. 84.6% of respondents say Donald Trump would be a better choice to handle the economy compared to 15.4% that say Joe Biden.
Just ahead, honoring mom, we take a look at what you have planned for the special women in your life.
Oh, and she said, yeah, we denied your claim. I had never had to have a lawyer before. I didn't know where to start. Don't wait. You never want to just deal with the insurance company. I promise you, it's not what you deserve.
Mother's Day is Sunday. Here's your warning. If you haven't picked up a gift for the mom or the mother in your life, get on it.
Yep, time's a ticking here, and we wanted to know what you may be planning for mom this year. In our viewer poll tonight, we're asking how much do you plan to spend for a Mother's Day gift this year? And just over 200 people weighing in, and most people, 40.4% of respondents say under $25. Just 18.3% say they're going to be spending $100 or more. 19.7% say between that $25 and $50 range. 21.6% say somewhere between $50 and $100. This poll is live right now. To cast your vote, you can scan the QR code right there on your screen. It will take you over to our X page. So there's still time to vote in this poll. We'll show you updated poll results tonight at 10.
Talk about an incredible Mother's Day gift. I'm Liz Bonus. We're going to meet two sons who gave their mom the gift of life. Wait till you hear how it all happened. It is just ahead.
This is Fox 17 News at 10, your Code Red station.
Asher, if you're watching this, we are all praying for you.
Asher Sullivan's Rutherford County community fighting with him tonight. That 10-year-old fighting for his life after a flooding incident from those severe storms.
Fox 17 News' Caitlin Miller is in Smyrna, the scene of a unity event for young Asher tonight.
This event is called Play for Asher. There will be a vigil followed by a scrimmage to raise awareness about Asher's current condition and to raise money for the Sullivan family during this difficult time. Asher's father, Dr. Jimmy Sullivan, is the director of Rutherford County Schools. Dr. Sullivan says Asher and his friends were playing in the water in the streets, and Asher got caught up in the storm drain and was swept under the streets, and he is fighting for his life. Southside Pirates coach Taylor Barnes says they are hosting a vigil and scrimmage with Asher's travel team tomorrow afternoon at Leadoff Baseball Academy, where all the players will be wearing these jerseys that say Pray for Asher.
Our baseball community, our Southside family, Rutherford County are all behind you, wrapping you in our arms, and we're praying for you and we won't stop.
Asher's father says the doctor at Vanderbilt Medical Center told them this morning that Asher wouldn't survive his injuries, but neurology saw a few signs of activity today. This event will take place tomorrow afternoon from 1:30 to 3:30 at the Leadoff Baseball Academy. Again, they will be raising money for the GoFundMe page to support the Sullivan family, and you can find a link to this page on our website, fox17.com. Reporting from Smyrna, I'm Caitlin Miller, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Continuing coverage, a friend who worked at Stan's restaurant on Bear Creek Pike in Columbia with the woman who Murray County officials say died in Wednesday's tornado, mourning her loss. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar tells us how the victim is being remembered.
Her close friend, Rose Thornton, tells me that Cheryl Lovett was dedicated to her family, outgoing, bubbly, and was a light to everyone she came across when she worked here at Stan's restaurant. Thornton tells me Lovett worked at Stan's for 41 years and retired the day she died. Murray County officials say she was inside her home when the tornado hit, leaving behind her grandbabies, family members, and friends who are devastated. Thornton tells me Lovett planned to spend more time with her family and do things she loved, but those dreams were shattered in an instant.
Today when I walked in, you feel the emptiness. Like, she's definitely going to be missed. We just hope that everyone keeps praying for the family.
The family has a GoFundMe page set up to help cover expenses from the tornado damage as they privately mourn. To check out that GoFundMe page, you can head to our website at fox17.com. Reporting in Columbia, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Continuing coverage now as we know that a fifth mid-state tornado has just been confirmed in Wednesday's deadly outbreak. The National Weather Service has an EF2 tornado touched down in Prospect, a small town in Giles County. That's down right here on the Tennessee-Alabama border. Now, another included an EF0 tornado. That was in Eagleville over here in Rutherford County, right on the Rutherford and Williamson County line. An EF1 tornado hit just south of Springfield in Robertson County. That's right here, just about 20-30 miles north of downtown Nashville. And a massive EF3 tornado touched down in Columbia. That's the one we've been talking about the most. It prompted a weather emergency, a tornado emergency. And the fifth tornado that was just confirmed in the past few hours, that was an EF1 tornado, EF1, and that was in Lincoln County, which is on the state line too, right next to Giles County. Now, we continue to get new information into the Fox 17 newsroom about this tornado outbreak. In addition to that, pictures and video. You can see all the latest impacted areas at our website, fox17.com.
Well, this week on Full Measure, a growing push to call a constitutional convention of states in order to rein in what some see as an out-of-control federal government. Under Article 5 of the Constitution, if 34 states pass a resolution to call a convention, they have the power to invoke constitutional amendments. So far, 19 states have passed such a resolution.
What is the impetus and what is the Convention of States movement?
Well, on a personal level, for me, the impetus was my frustration with not really having accomplished the change that I wanted to see out of the Tea Party movement. And all these people got elected, the ideas got discussed, then they went to the D.C. swamp and they were just eaten by the swamp.
Well, this week on Full Measure, Cheryl Atkinson examines the Convention of States movement, which both supporters and detractors say could become a reality in the not too distant future. That's Sunday morning at 7:30 right here on Fox 17.
Today was honestly a beautiful day. We had plenty of sunshine and we were way cooler than normal for this time of year. Hit 71 degrees for the high temperature here in Nashville. Also, I've been working on this, trying to get it in for my next weather hit coming up. Several northern light pictures coming in here from Middle Tennessee. So if you can, go out there now and check it and just see if you can see any of those northern lights where you're at right now, because some people definitely are seeing some of those across Middle Tennessee right now. A great night still. If you have any outdoor plans, it's going to be a little cooler than normal for this time of year. 57 degrees right here in Nashville. Still a kind of busy night out there on Broadway too. Mostly clear skies, so that is good news if you want to try to view the northern lights tonight for those areas that are able to see that. As far as any rain goes, not seeing any of that right now. We are all dry. The cold front is well to the southeast of us now. Behind that cold front, it did leave us with some cooler air and also drier conditions for today. Was not really humid at all. Today felt great. Temperatures right now in the 50s for nearly everybody now. 52 in Cookeville, one of the lower spots on the map. 53 Lebanon, 57 here in Nashville, and we have several 58s over there from Clarksville on over into Paris, Camden, and down into Linden too. So pretty cool for right now. Steeplechase is tomorrow. Weather tomorrow should be really good too. I think we're going to be talking about a lot of sunshine. A few clouds though built in during the afternoon hours. Most areas stay dry for tomorrow afternoon, but along and east of Interstate 65, we could see a few light scattered showers try to develop overall, though nothing too bad. Mostly dry tomorrow. Temperatures through tomorrow afternoon, I think we're going to be seeing those in the low to mid 70s. Mother's Day coming up Sunday, 9 a.m. Waking up, heading out, mid 60s, lower 70s by noon, mid 70s by 4 o'clock, and partly cloudy and dry for us on Mother's Day. Overall, not too bad of a forecast. Again, more northern light pictures. I'm going to try to get up in the next weather hit in just a bit.
The backlash over the president's decision to delay weapons
that takes you back. Get Wendy's new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty.
When I was your age, we never had anything like this.
What, Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi that works all over the house, even the basement.
The basement? So I can finally throw that party and invite Shannon Barnes.
Dreams do come true. That's wall-to-wall Wi-Fi with Xfinity. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $35 a month for 12 months and get free Wi-Fi equipment included. Or ask how to save $1,000 over T-Mobile in your first year when you add mobile. Switch today.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Zander Insurance.
Continuing coverage tonight as pro-Israel Democrats are openly questioning the president's decision to pause weapon shipments to our Middle Eastern ally.
And as Fox 17 News' Matt Gelka tells us, the decision is rubbing some of the residents' biggest donors in the wrong way.
The backlash over the president's decision to delay weapons to Israel over concerns of a Rafah invasion has been swift from the GOP.
It puts Israel's national security interests at risk. This is insane.
But now big Biden donors are pushing back. Axios reports Biden megadonor Chaim Saban reached out to the administration criticizing the weapons pause, saying in part, "Let's not forget there are more Jewish voters who care about Israel than Muslim voters that care about Hamas." Saban held a fundraiser for Biden in February. Pro-Israel Democrats questioned the president's decision on Capitol Hill.
It demonstrates to Hamas that they are winning the PR war and things. And also, the president cares about the casualties, innocents in Gaza, and Hamas doesn't.
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told Dr. Phil this week the weapons pause was a mistake.
I've known Joe Biden for many years, so 40 years and more. We often had our agreements, but we've had our disagreements. We've been able to overcome them. I hope we can overcome them now.
The country is now preparing an expanded operation in the southern Gaza City where more than 1 million Palestinians are sheltering. Israel has ordered civilians to evacuate. Another influential group, the Democratic Majority for Israel, also criticized the president's decision.
I think he did make a mistake, in my view, but the real issue is what happens from here. Does this wedge get deeper? Does the divide get wider?
Majority Leader Steve Scalise said Friday Israel would have strong backing in the House chamber.
Where is Joe Biden standing up to Hamas? He seems to want to go after Israel every single day and turn his back on our strongest ally in the Middle East.
Florida Republican Congressman Corey Mills announced on social media that he was drafting articles of impeachment against the president because of the weapons pause, calling him Quid Pro Joe. Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Gelka.
Facing a potential ban, TikTok takes the government to court. I'm Atra El-Nashar in Washington with why the company says the law is on its side.
And a very nice and calm weekend for us. If you have any plans outdoors this weekend, going to be a great one for you. More showers.
Only at Ashley. Severe weather can cause severe flooding. Stay alert. Watch Fox 17 News, Code Red Weather.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk says the company will be spending more than $500 million to expand its supercharger network. Musk says Tesla will create thousands of new chargers a year and will be expanding to new sites. Plot twist: if Sony Group succeeds in its bid to take over Paramount Global, it reportedly plans to sell the historic Paramount Pictures studio lot. The plan alarming some Hollywood historians. The classic Sunset Boulevard, just one of the many iconic films shot there over the last several decades. It's shaping up to be another busy summer travel season to Europe. IAG, parent company of British Airways, Iberia, Aer Lingus, and others, made a fatter profit in the recent quarter and says it is well positioned for the summer. Lufthansa has said it expects this summer to exceed pre-pandemic levels. And speaking of travel, Norwegian Cruise Line is launching a teacher discount. It includes an exclusive 5% off their cruises year-round, plus a $50 onboard credit. And from now through June 7th, Norwegian is accepting nominations for Teachers Making a Difference. 20 educators who get the most votes will win a free 2-night trip on the cruise line's newest ship, the Norwegian Aqua, which debuts next year. That's business. In New York, I'm CJ Papa, Fox News.
Continuing coverage as TikTok fights for its future here in the U.S. The company suing the Biden administration to block a new law that says if TikTok doesn't sell to a company from the West, it will be banned.
Fox 17 News' Atra El-Nashar shows us how TikTok, whose parent company is based in China, is trying to stop this potential ban.
Up against a potential ban in the U.S., TikTok argues the Constitution is on its side. In a lawsuit against the Department of Justice, the company tries to refute Congress and the president's justification for a new law giving the app up to a year to be sold from Beijing-based ByteDance or be banned to protect American user data from the Chinese Communist Party. Citing the First and Fifth Amendments, TikTok calls the law so obviously unconstitutional and tries to poke holes in national security concerns, saying the continued use of TikTok by President Biden and members of Congress undermines the claim that the platform poses an actual threat to Americans. Despite interest from potential buyers like former Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, the company claims a sale is simply not possible. Not commercially, not technologically, not legally, and certainly not on the 270-day timeline required by the act.
The problem is, if they're going to pursue litigation, and that takes 6 months, it will inevitably end up with too short of a period of time to rebuild the technology.
The DOJ tells us they're declining to comment. All of this was expected. When the law passed, TikTok said it would fight it in court. But what's harder to anticipate is whether a ban will be put on pause while the litigation plays out, and for how long, especially if it goes all the way to the Supreme Court. A long legal process leaves the 170 million monthly users TikTok says it has in the U.S. in limbo.
I think we all can agree that it has changed so many people's lives. And I think it's something that we need.
Supporters of the law also don't want to see a delay, or as they see it, more time for Americans' data to be exposed to China and used to spread propaganda. On Capitol Hill, I'm Atra El-Nashar reporting.
All right, reminder here, Sunday, of course, is Mother's Day, a time to celebrate all the mothers in your life.
A new report shows that Americans will get this, spend more than $33 billion on mom this weekend. That's roughly $250 per person.
All right, earlier in the newscast, we wanted to know what's going on with you. How much do you plan on spending on a Mother's Day gift this year? We've got just about 225 people weighing in, and most people, 40.8% of respondents say they're going to be spending under $25. 20.2% say they're going to spend in that $25 to $50 range. 21.1% of respondents, $50 to $100. And hey, big spenders out there. 17.9% of respondents say they're going big, splurging over $100. Each night, look for a brand new X poll that you can participate in, and we'll share the results here on air.
And we had some awesome photos sent in to us. I've been trying to get all these in, as many as I can. Got swamped with Northern Light photos. Just really cool out there right now. And if you can't see it just with your naked eye, go ahead and get your phone out and just kind of open your camera up and let it sit a little bit. The longer exposure, you'll be able to see a little bit more of that. So if you can't see it with your eye, maybe you'll be able to see it when you take a picture on your phone. We're going to go over some of these, though. This was Ryan Brooker. He's one of our photojournalists here at Fox 17. Sent this in to us from Murfreesboro. And this is what we've been seeing a lot of, these pinks and red colors along with the green color too. Just looks beautiful in some of these photos right now. This was sent in to us from Glenn Wilson. This comes out of Brentwood. Still those pink colors that are just right there hovering in the air. This is a really vibrant one. Chad Rowland from Manchester. The pinks, the greens, maybe a little bit of blue in there too. A beautiful shot right there coming out of Manchester. And we also have one more from Manchester too that Chad sent in. This is another really nice one, kind of a different angle of it. Thanks a lot for sending those in. And then Jared Ambrose always sending us fantastic photos with that drone. A lot of sunrise and sunset shots, but right now he sent us in this Northern Light shot from Castellian Springs. A beautiful shot right there, seeing some of those greens and purples up in the sky. So go out there, try to check it out. It looks really cool if you're in a spot where you can see it. And again, try using your camera or your phone. You can probably see it a little bit better than with your naked eye. 57 degrees right here in Nashville. A good night for us. Clear skies to see those northern lights. Dry too. Behind that cold front left us with drier and cooler air in place for today. More showers and thunderstorms possible next week. Tomorrow we could see a few light showers, but I think overall we're going to stay mostly dry, especially along and west of Interstate 65. A few light scattered pop-up showers possible tomorrow afternoon. Nothing bad at all, though. Very light rainfall amounts. And then Sunday, I think we're all dry. Plenty of sunshine for us too on a Sunday. As we head on into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even into Thursday and Friday, we'll see a better chance for some more showers and thunderstorms over Overall rainfall totals from Monday through Friday, about an inch or so definitely not a washout. Most of these aren't going to be producing a whole lot of rain. Upper 70s at Monday and Tuesday, lower 80s. Wednesday, Thursday, we're back to near 80, upper 70s on Friday. Good news, as of right now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, not looking at any chance really for any severe weather.
Well, we're getting our first glimpse of the Titans' new draft picks as they hit the field for day one of rookie minicamp.
That's right. Off to work. The rookies are juggling a new playbook, new drills, new equipment, too. Fox 17 Sports Director Jill Jelnick now with more on a new sled that was designed by the new head coach.
Titans rookies facing a number of challenges day one of rookie minicamp, and that includes this challenge right here, the Climber. This is a 380-pound sled, and it's different from most football sleds. Titans offensive line coach Bill Callahan actually invented this sled himself, and it's supposed to mimic the movement, the action of going up against a defensive lineman more realistically than other sleds. Titans first-round draft pick J.C. Latham telling us it's not easy to move this thing. He can feel all 380 pounds of it. But he also said it forced him to use his hips more, and he loves that he's already focusing on his technique day one of camp.
On my first run where he wanted us to move it, I shot out my hips and kind of got it straight up. And if you get it straight up, you're not going to move it as a D lineman. It'll be a stalemate. So you really kind of got to gradually drive as you rise with your hips. So that's something that I was learning as I went.
They're really hard to move. I mean, those I can't tell you how hard those things are to move and to move straight because they tip and they're off balance. They're meant to really stress guys' ability to strengthen their core, keeping their hands tight, and be able to drive the sled vertically as opposed to getting all off kilter. It's a balance thing. So there's a lot of indoctrination that goes into those sleds.
Latham is flipping over to left tackle after playing on the right side at Alabama. He got a head start on his footwork today, and Bill Callahan believes he has the tangibles to make it a smooth transition.
I think, number one, his athleticism. And then, of course, all the measurable traits that he has. And then you add in size, power, strength. And it adds up, to making that move.
As Coach Callahan, he's very, very intricate with the detail of the work. And he'll let you know if you had a bad rep, he'll just tell you your rep sucked. And then, but if you did good, he'll let you know you did good.
The Climber is just one of many challenges the rookies will be facing this weekend. Head coach Brian Callahan telling us that his message to the rookies was simple. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. He says we're all going to make mistakes and no one's going to win their job day one. He says what's most important, don't make the same mistake twice. Reporting from Titans rookie minicamp, Jill Jelnick, Fox 17 Sports, your Code Red station.
Well, we have some programming changes due to Wednesday's severe weather. Here are the switches. Tomorrow night, you can watch Fox 17 News at 9 as always. Then you can catch a brand new episode of The Masked Singer. That will be at 11:30 p.m., followed by the season finale of Animal Control at 12:30 a.m.
Talk about an incredible Mother's Day gift. I'm Liz Bonus. We're going to meet two sons who gave their mom.
As Pella offers the Pella Care Guarantee, which covers the product and installation. They perform over 7,000 quality checks in a typical hour.
They really take pride in what they do.
Like us.
This Mother's Day weekend, a local family who nearly lost their mom last year is sharing a story of hope.
Fox 17 medical reporter Liz Bonus has the family's remarkable story of survival because of organ donation.
Hey there, everybody. Talk about a great gift. These two sons each gave their mom an organ to save her life. Today, we were there as they came back to say thank you to the transplant team that made it all happen.
It's the whole crew now, guys.
And what a reunion. The last time the Knott family met this team at Ohio's University of Cincinnati Medical Center, Mom, Lynette Knott, was first in liver transplant surgery and then in kidney transplant surgery. The medical center provided this video.
On Monday, we did the liver transplant. And then on Thursday, 3 days later, we did the kidney transplant.
This is a different way thinking outside of the box a little bit.
Dr. Cutler-Quillen and Dr. Madison Cuffey told me to date there are only 16 known operations, such as the one they performed on Lynette.
I'm so glad to still be here.
Mark gave a piece of his liver as a living organ donor.
she had mentioned to us, like, hey, this is an option, without a doubt, we're like, where do we start?
Matt followed as a living kidney donor.
This Mother's Day weekend, what do I say to your mom?
That I love you and I'd do it again.
Mom was in the hospital 5 months, and there were some complications.
She developed a life-threatening bleed related to an infection around her kidney, and we had to remove the kidney in order to save her life. We flushed it, we preserved it, we stopped the bleeding, and we put the kidney back in.
Lynette missed a few milestones along the way, such as this family wedding she watched online, where the 2 boys showed off their transplant scars. But if a picture is worth 1,000 words, this Mother's Day weekend, the Knott family, John and Lynette, are grateful to hear the one word that matters most, Mom.
I do think it's a miracle. I'm blessed. We're all blessed.
Oh, yes. Yes, we are.
To be an organ donor, living or deceased, you can sign up online. Be sure to tell your family your wishes. With your health news, I'm Liz Bonus reporting.
And you know, a lot of people are sending in some awesome photos of the Northern Lights right now. So if you had the chance, just go outside, check them out. You might be able to see them through your phone a little bit better than just with your naked eye. But I want to show you the 7-day